I started this channel to inspire others and also to bring you along our journey as we chase a bunch of different endeavors and all the craziness in our life. I wanted to bring you along. In doing so, though, I realized that there's a lot of gaps in our timeline. And even our friends and family, some of them don't know half of what's going on. And through this channel, I should be keeping you guys up to date. So I want to give you just a quick rundown of what we've been going through. And then through the holidays, we've been super busy. And one of my downfalls to the channel, if you will, is my downtime I spend with my wife and kids. And even though that's not a bad thing, I sometimes find it hard to take the time to stop and edit video because I spend time with them. So through the holidays, I only posted once. I went 3 weeks, one post, and then here we go. I'm trying to give you another video, and I'm going to give you a rundown of everything that's been going on. We decided to move to Arkansas, and we moved out of our house that we were currently living in. We moved into the house next door to my mom and dad. We took that time to fix the house up. We remodeled the floors, the fireplace area, the bathroom, the kitchen counter. We did a whole bunch of stuff to that house, and we fixed it up to get ready to sell. When we put it on the market, it sold almost instantly. I think it was like, what, 3 days maybe that it sold? As soon as that house sold, or as soon as the house closed, we bought a camper and moved down here to Arkansas. We're currently staying at my brother and sister-in-law's house. They were gracious enough to let us put the camper on their property while we try to buy a house. It took us about 3 weeks to get a job. A long time ago, I told you guys, all right, I'm gonna go full boat. I'm gonna go into my own business. I'm gonna run a tree service. We're just gonna go down there and run the tree business. That's it. And I believe that we could do it. I found out that mortgage companies don't like that. So I ended up getting a job. It seems to be a pretty nice company. It was really cool. We went to the Christmas party and they gave us Christmas gifts, gave the whole family Christmas gifts, which was really cool. And I even won the cornhole tournament. And Rachel, I gave it to her. We won a grill. Slash griddle. It was like a gas, charcoal, and a griddle? Yeah. Something along those lines. It was really cool, but we won that at the Christmas party. We've been trying to get this same house. We've been trying to buy this house. We looked at it before we ever moved. But the appraisal for the loan, they won't give us the house until the house is fixed up and certain things are fixed up. So we were not able to just put an offer in right away. This past weekend, we talked to the seller, we looked at the house, and he said, put an offer in, I'll get the stuff done. So we put an offer in. Now, as far as the last few weeks, because you haven't seen anything from our channel, you saw one video of us playing games and shopping a little bit. Right before the holidays, we took a road trip to the Ozarks. I visited a buddy of mine to do a tree job for him. Had a couple of limbs going over the house. He reached up and actually cut some of the tips of the branches off, and we were able to swing the branches away from the house, and that was pretty nice. Then we ended up going up north for the holidays, and it seems like every time we went up north, we went right past Rachel's dad's house, which is about 3 hours away from Indiana. So we'd stop in there, we'd stay the night, and then we'd continue our drive up there. It was kind of crazy though, because we went up there for my mother-in-law's Christmas, and I still had to work. So I left Rachel up there, and I drove all the way back down to Arkansas. I worked for 3 days, and then I had to go all the way back up north again. But we did all that. We had a great time. Rachel let me buy a new camera. I got the Sony RX100 Mark VII, and that's actually what I'm vlogging with. I'm gonna do a review on this later when we actually get the house, but it's awesome. And I started recording a lot of things, and that's kind of how we got the video for us playing games at the table. And it was some good memories, and I really liked it. We was able to spend some time with my grandma, and even got some footage of her playing dolls with my daughter, and that was really sweet. So we spent the holidays up there, looked at some Christmas lights, and then we ended up coming back home. We saw some Christmas lights down here in Arkansas, and that brings us to the most recent thing. I wrecked Rachel's van. I was on my way to work just a few days ago, actually. I was on my way to work and I had this coffee cup in my hand and I had my Yeti coffee cup sitting in the passenger seat.
Like every morning.
Like every day. This is my comfort zone. If you want to know my comfort zone, I have one cup on my way to work and I have my other cup, and while I'm at work, I drink that cup. I've been doing that for years. So I was doing that again. I had my Yeti in the passenger seat, I had this cup in my hand, and I'm driving to work. Then I realized, you know what? If I hit the brakes, that coffee cup might end up on the floor. So I reached over to grab my backpack and to pull my backpack in front of the coffee cup. In doing so, I leaned over. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I leaned the steering wheel. When I went back to the scene of the accident, I realized that the road winds a little bit. Whatever the case may be, I went straight for a telephone pole. I tried to swerve. I tried to get out of the way. My coffee cup splashed everywhere. It splashed all over the windshield, and I tried to jerk away from it. It was no luck. I smashed the fender. I knocked the mirror off. It bumped the door a little bit, and I smashed the rear fender. I even had to beat the fenders out because when we hit bumps, it would rub up against the tire. Needless to say, when I called her, she didn't yell at me. She wasn't completely mad at me, but she did cry. She also told me that I was never allowed to tell her that she was a bad driver ever again. Long story short, we went car shopping. We were already talking about me buying her a van. I just wasn't ready to do it yet because I wanted to buy the house first. After wrecking the van, I had to buy her a van. So here it is, the van that I decided to buy her. It is a 2012 Honda Odyssey. She loves it. And that kind of brings us up to speed. I've shot a lot of footage that I wasn't able to share with you, and I have some ideas for upcoming videos that I would really like to share with you. And thank you for following the channel. Now, if you like our videos, if you'd like to see more of any of it, please hit that like button on the video. Please subscribe to the channel and help us out. So, hope you enjoy. Have a good day, and don't wreck your wife's vehicle.